Alrighty, hello and good morning. Uh, this is video 862. It is almost September. It is August 28th, afternoon, so we're in the latter half of Sunday. And I just kind of wanted to occasionally, it's a good idea just to make a little video and just talk about a couple things. The first thing is going to be my voice. I am still having COVID-like congestion, in my throat. And so my voice naturally has a resonance to it. Even as I try not to have resonance, it still kind of has feel like I'm kind of talking from the bottom of a garbage can or, steel drum or something, but probably it's all up in here. Excuse me. Ooh, a little bit of belch there. So I don't quite have all of my my voice credits to use when I speak, and will drop down into my old voice as need be because I'm not going to stress out my voice and then lose it. Sipping warm beverages helps. Excuse me, I'm going to cough. There you go. So where I'm at now, just want to let you know where I'm at now is probably like, I don't know, week 18, week 19. Probably should just stop counting. But anyway, I had an incident a couple days ago with my daughter. She was being harassed at her school, and I went in and spoke with the school, and I dropped into my old voice as well because that's how they know me. And I needed to be from my daughter. My daughter needed her father, okay? And I was her father that day. Mentally speaking, I'm still her mother, but she needed the comfort that she had with my old self. My voice cracks. So just want to let you know about that too. You may encounter times where if you feel comfortable or more comfortable, why would we add stress to our lives? Of course. Anyway. So other than that, I think my main feeling for the day is I have been feeling a lot of kind of like self-defeatism. Like I kind of call it, what's the point? You know, I've found myself, painting minis that I've had. I've had these minis forever. And I built them. I just put them on a shelf and forgot about them. And I just got in the mood and I did it. And then after I did it yesterday, I was in a comic shop playing D&D. And I was watching some people play Warhammer, and I was like, whew, I don't know if I'll ever come back to a store and play Warhammer again. And then I got home and I'm like, why are you doing this? What's the point? Why are you painting models? You should sell them on eBay or something like that. I've got models in the box that I bought 2 years ago. They're still sealed, right? You can see the cellophane, right? I could put this on eBay and sell it too. And, part of me is of that mindset. What's the point? Why am I wasting my time? And then I realized that I enjoy putting models together and I enjoy painting models. And even if I don't play the game at all, ever, I will enjoy, I will enjoy. She's still a work in progress. I don't think the camera's going to show her Anyway, it's my Canonus. Um, you know, I enjoy painting them. And, much like you drink something and it's gone, you enjoy it. Why do you drink alcohol? Why do you drink coffee? Because you enjoy it, you know? Why does it have to have some long lasting value when it could be something just as ephemeral as the moment, the experience? So I've kind of dealt with that. I have lately sold a lot of my older stuff, and I have models that I probably put together. A Tyranid Hive Tyrant. Um, I probably will sell, maybe. Um, or keep. It doesn't matter. Again, whatever you enjoy doing. Games Workshop, who makes the minis. Um, well, I sold all my books, like I just said, so I don't have any to show you. Here's the Sylvaneth Codex. Okay, this is a different game, same company. Periodically, every 3 years they replace the books. So it's okay to keep the minis. The minis don't go bad. That's just the rules change. So you buy a new rule book and you sell the old one. But again, my brain at the time is like, well, why are you wasting your time? Well, I've already bought them. I'm not buying new ones. And even if I wanted to. So kind of what I've hit upon is in a couple weeks, the local comic shop is going to have like a yard sale, and they're going to let people come and sell their stuff, and that's probably what I'm going to do. Put the minis that I know I'm not going to play with, and maybe trade them for some minis that I need. You know. Anyway, taking care of myself. That's another. What's the point? Geez, I haven't done this in like 3 months, 4 months. Dilating. I hate it. I hate the feeling of dilation. I just hate it. Shoving a piece of hard plastic up into a cavity. I hate the feeling. Why do it if I hate it? You know? And, part of me was like, well, what's the point? You're never going to have sex anyway. Like, well, yeah, that kind of makes sense. Statistically, no. But we never know. We just don't know. I could meet somebody, I could have a car crash, and the person I run into or they run into me, maybe they could be a potential love interest. I mean, or, again, we just don't know. But it's very easy up here for me to say, what's the point? I'll never meet anybody. And that's possibly very, very true. I have not been single for almost 20 years. Um, you know, my daughter might move out in a couple years and I might be alone. But, for a couple years, I may enjoy that. Just to be who I am as myself now, alone. And who knows, I might meet somebody. But again, it's very easy to get into that. Well, what's the point? Why should I take care of myself? I'm not going to ever meet anybody else. But the same thing goes. We just don't know. We don't know what the future holds. We really don't. I thought about yesterday when I lost all my weight, you know. I lost 120 pounds. I think 127, okay? About 1/3 of my current body mass I lost. And it was not the healthiest thing to do. I wouldn't do it again. But maybe I can do something like it that I can't really do right now because I don't have the discipline. When I'm cooking for someone else, I can't put my dietary restrictions on my daughter. That's not fair, you know. And I know if I have it in the house, I'm going to eat it. So, maybe in 3 years I'll change my dietary habits and I might go back to being more vegan. I lost all my weight basically because I became a raw vegan. Whatever I ate was raw vegetables. I mean, just raw carrots. I think I even ate raw potatoes. I mean, just whatever it was. It had to be raw and it had to be fruit or veggies. And yeah, you will only eat when you're hungry. You'll only take a bite out of a potato, an uncooked potato, when you're really hungry. Okay, I don't recommend it, but um, it's not fair to expect my daughter to, you know what I mean? And maybe that's something I'll do in 3 years. And as long as I'm doing it for me, then, that doesn't really matter. You know. So like I said, again, I have a lot of what's the point. Um, my house is a mess. I cleaned it yesterday. I cleaned it yesterday. There was nothing out. There was not a mess in this duplex. Okay, we live in a duplex. And today, it's a mess. Okay? What's the point? Why clean it? Just going to get messy again. I don't necessarily have a good answer to that. But, in the hopes of maybe one day there might be somebody. I don't know. Plus, I think just health reasons. You know what I mean? It's real easy to fall into that. What's the point? There's no point. It's like Eeyore. What's the point? There's no point doing anything 'cause I'm gonna be the same. Which is true. Could be, maybe, possibly. Something could happen tomorrow. Something could happen tonight. Who knows? I don't have them in here because I have them in a bag. I have my magic cards in a bag. So when I feel inspired, I can just grab the bag and go to the coffee house, and maybe join in a magic game, you know. So I think I kind of have answered my question. Well, what's the point? Well, we don't know what's going to happen, and we don't know how we're going to feel 4 hours from now, 5 hours from now, you know. Sometimes I used to call it trapezeism. It's like a trapeze. You just do it, and you don't know where you're gonna go. Kind of hop on it, grab the bar, and jump. You know, and you do one thing to get to another. Maybe you clean a little something, and that inspires you to clean something else, and then you'll come across something, and then, like, you know what, I want to do this. I want to do that. Something I've noticed in my life, which I kind of my college professor at University of Florida, he was like, Robin, you never finish anything. And it's true. I mean, remember, I have this on my desk. Remember I was going to make like pioneer costumes and whatnot? I might be inspired to do that someday, but at least I'm open to the idea, and I'm thankful to be in the position that maybe I could one day. I think I didn't do this because it required money, to buy material and everything else, but, this pandemic is going to end someday, and this inflation is going to end someday, and maybe I will make an outfit. Maybe I will play Warhammer. Maybe I will go fly a plane. I don't know, you know. Um, but I hope if you maybe feel those, what's the point of doing this? I'm never gonna dot dot dot. I guess we just don't know. We just don't know. You know, we don't know what's gonna happen. I mean, we think we do, but fuck, we don't know. Get hit by a car, the fickle finger of fate could intervene, and you meet somebody or you do something, and I do know one thing for sure is that if I stay here in my nice little nest, I'm not going to meet somebody. And that's why I've really tried to do some things that get me out of my comfort zone. I played D&D yesterday with a group of people that I didn't know, you know, and that could lead to something, the other D&D group that I'm in right now is a lot of fun, but it's kind of a dead end but you never know. Somebody could join a month from now, and they could be, they could be interested in older, gray-haired trans women. Who knows? We just don't know. We just don't know. But we do have to leave. We have to leave our nest. We have to leave our home. And that takes confidence. That takes opportunity. It does take a little bit of money. You're going to burn some gas going out and doing things. I think it was John Lennon who said that life happens while you're doing something else. And that may be true. I don't know. I try. But because of that, I'm kind of a pack rat. I have some Pokemon cards back from when I was interested in playing Pokemon. Um, just the mood may strike you and you go do something. you know. Um, I used to draw. I used to draw a lot, and was kind of tempted to go looking for my pencils, or buy some. Of course, that takes money. But my old, excuse me, my set design teacher said, draw something every day, even if it's just, an everyday object. Draw it, just to keep your brain thinking, your creative juices going, I guess. So anyway, I don't necessarily know if I've answered any questions, but it's real easy to fall into that rut, isn't it? What's the point? Why bother? You know, Depression can be a big thing too. Um, I don't know, babies. I really don't. I'm just trying to do my best and survive. We had. You ever just sat and thought about how lucky we are to be where we are today? And how shitty things have been? I mean, 3 years ago, we had President Trump. We still have President Trump being an asshole. But, we had Trump, and then we had the pandemic, and invasion into Ukraine, and all this other stuff. I mean, it's been like a shit show, one thing after another. Boop, 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 boop. Not to mention other life things that happen. Um, you know, the pendulum has got to swing the other way at some point, you know. Um, there's the universe shifts towards balance. It can't be all good and it can't be all bad. So at some point, things have got to balance out. And maybe that's when something will happen, you know, for those of us who are saying, well, what's the point? I don't know, babies. I got nothing. I really don't. Well, I have too much shit to begin with. Ooh, darn this cough. Anyway, I'm going to take a bit of my own advice and shut up, get moving. But I hope things are good in your neck of the woods. And I hope things are moving in the right direction. I hope they are. And I'm going to have to reach up and show you my armpit because I can only run the camera and the headphones or my keyboard and my mouse. So I have to reach up and show you my armpit as I look for the control here. Whoop. All right, there it is.